Good morning, adventurers! Last night we ended up staying in El Paso. Woke up this morning, it's a little chilly and windy. But we're back in Texas and we're on our way back toward the north, somewhere. Not sure exactly what we're gonna do today, but one of the things on the agenda is definitely get poor Roadrunner a bath. Between the snow, the salt, the dirt, and the sand of yesterday, poor guy needs a little bit of a cleanup. Some days you just kind of roll with the punches. We are driving. We are driving. We are driving. We are driving. Safety stop once again. So of course we're gonna pull off, and this one's cool because it has 2 hiking trails. Not all of them have them, but that's pretty awesome. Look, let's go inside. There's always museums. Museums, bathrooms. Safety stops around Texas are really cool. They tell you a little bit about the area that you're in. They provide a nice safe place from the winds and storms, but they also give you a bathroom break. This one has these beautiful pieces of art, these little cases behind me over here that tell you a little bit more about the area itself and then what you might find along the roadside. And then, of course, we have these little pieces of art, which is pretty awesome. Last but not least, if you are weary from the road, you can come in and grab some free Wi-Fi and a snack, which we might do, who knows. And my favorite thing of safety stops, see this? They monitor them at all times. So if you're super tired, especially on a long road like 10, you can pull off, take a break, sleep, and not have to worry about somebody coming and messing with you. Stretch, a little break, checking out the museum. It's time to get back in the car and hope that we get away from the vast nothingness soon. This has been a long drive today across not a lot. Next stop, Fort Stockton. We are in historic Fort Stockton. It's pretty windy. I'm gonna put on a hat. And we're gonna see what exactly this fort is about. We've been to some other forts before. Don't know how this one will be different. It was a little bit difficult to find the actual visitor station. So let's go and explore, I guess. So today we have 3 buildings that are open and we're gonna go check them out. The kitchen, the guardhouse, and the barracks. And all in all, it's a pretty nice day to be out exploring. Totally just almost broke my foot and ankle. There's a step down. I missed it entirely. And it's kind of dark in here. Ooh. I wouldn't imagine this room to be the exact way that it was whenever it was set up, because obviously there's no kitchen supplies in here, but it does have some information on the wall right here about what this room served as. It was a mess hall, which makes total sense as to why it's a long, basic room. But, so these beds basically are the equivalent of 4, maybe 1x6s, maybe, with a little pad draped over the top. that looks really uncomfortable and a blanket, like just a plain blanket. Although it has this big fireplace, they didn't have the luxury of this wonderful heat that we have in here, so I can only imagine winter was pretty chilly unless your bunk was like right here. Something kind of neat about in here though, they have this little book about the Fort Stockton 9th Cavalry, and it tells about who the Buffalo Soldiers were, has their names, when they served, things like that, so you can literally find every person who went through this area right in this book. Woo! And we're back outside, off to our second stop, which is somewhere down this path. Something you might notice is right over here is a residential area, a regular residential area. This used to be in the middle of nothingness, and as the town around it grew, it kind of engulfed it. So around this area you'll find regular homes right next to historic pieces from the past. How would you feel about living in what used to be an officer's quarters of a fort? These people right here do. As we pass by the rest of Officers Row right here, we're going over to the third and final building that's open. Now this is all the way across the parade grounds, which isn't that far, but it's far enough. So we're gonna go over here. There are a few more signs that we can stop off at and see some history, and then we're gonna go inside. Okay, this one's really creepy because a guardhouse was kind of like a jail then. And when you come in, it looks kind of normal and like stone, and then you go back here and you look like you could be tortured and hung up by your toes from the ceiling. It's just a little creepy. And then what makes it even worse is there's this whole room. It literally is darkness. Was this solitary? Was this what happened? That does not look appealing at all. Needless to say, you don't want to end up in this room. It's medieval torture at its finest. Let's get out of here and close it up for the next poor soul. I'm not a really big Western fan, but I always like to find some good Hollywood artifacts, so to speak. And this one out here was used by John Wayne in 2 movies. It hasn't held well with its age. Looks kind of rickety, but just think, way back in the John Wayne days, this wagon right here was infamous. And as the wind picks up, we're getting back in the car because it's getting chilly again. One more stop in Fort Stockton. Here we go. Whew. I'm nice and pink now from all that wind. I have one more stop here in Fort Stockton, and then I gotta get out of this West Texas cold. Oh. Okay, over here we have my Roadrunner, which desperately needs a bath. Look both ways before we cross. And over here we have what used to be the world record Roadrunner. I'm not sure where the new one is, but it's quite a sight to see Pete here. So Pete is huge. And when I say huge, I mean huge. Always cool to find roadside stops that have larger than life things. If you'll recall, I went on a full trip through several different places where I could stand on big chairs, I could take pictures with crazy large stuff, and well, Pete should be on that trip here in Fort Stockton. With that being said, I'm about to hit the road, figure out where my next moves are, and check you guys out later. I know it hasn't been a super eventful day, but you know, we've had some fun. I will see you guys later. Bye.